Welcome back, dearies, to the third edition of the theme Indigenous Rice Varieties of Tamilnadu. Last 2 weeks, Sinfully Desilicious took you to a journey on our traditional rice varieties, namely Poongar or women's rice and Karuppu Kavuni or black rice. This week, we are going to celebrate and honor Mappillai Samba rice, which is adorned with the name Bridegroom rice in English. Samba rice varieties of Tamil Nadu are grown during the Samba season, which spans from August to January. These indigenous rice varieties are sturdy and can withstand any harsh weather conditions and environments. It is organic as it doesn't require any pesticides and fertilizers. You can ask me why this rice claimed to be bridegroom rice? I'll share with you all an interesting tradition mentioned in our Tamil folklore. It's a custom for the newlywed bridegroom to exhibit his valor and virility to his wife and her folks. He needs to lift a heavy round rock in the middle of the village to prove his prowess. To accomplish this ritual, he'll be fed with the Samba rice variety to boost energy and stamina. It also strengthens and builds his muscle to lift that rock. This is how the rice derived its name Mappillai Samba, which defines as Mappillai for bridegroom and Samba for the season it's grown. This rice abounds in nutrients and health benefits. I'll list a few of it. This rice has abundant manganese, which is a vital nutrient to produce energy in the body, so it's named as energy rice as well. It can control paralysis, prevents anemia, curbs diabetes, strengthens digestive system and develops immunity. And it can also lower cholesterol and delay aging. To know more about the health benefits of this rice, visit my website link which I've shared in the description box down. Coming to this week's recipe, I prepared Appam, which is a South Indian pancake. Preparation somehow replicates the idli, but with a slight variation. You can segregate the process into 3 parts before cooking, namely soaking, grinding and fermenting. Here I transformed the regular Appam into Mappillai Samba Appam to turn into a healthy and nutrients-filled tiffin. I know how excited you are. With no further delay, we'll jump into the preparation of this Appam. For this, you need 1 cup of Mappillai Samba or bridegroom rice and add it to a bowl. To this, add another half cup of parboiled rice, half cup of raw rice and quarter cup of urad dal. It should be whole. Another quarter cup of rice flakes, it can be red or white, and 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Now wash the mixture thoroughly 3 times with tap water to remove any dirts. Then completely drain the water and add usable water to soak the rice till it gets immersed well. Here I added roughly 3 cups of water. Let it rest for overnight or 8 to 12 hours max. This long hour soaking helps to ferment the batter in cold regions and weather. Also, traditional rices like Mappillai Samba needs those long soaking hours. You can see here how that rice breaks easily after that long soaking. Now we are done with the soaking part. Let's move on to the grinding part. Run the grinder with little soaked water. Then gradually add all the drained and soaked rice mixture. As I mentioned earlier, do not discard the soaked water in the rice mixture as we will be using it while grinding. Because the rice soaked water has all nutrients dissolved in it from rice, hope you do not want it to be discarded. Every 4 to 5 minutes, sprinkle this soaked water and push the batter with your hand now and then. Don't add all the soaked water in one go as it will turn the batter too thin. You need a moderately thick batter for fermentation. Sprinkling water gradually in portions and pushing the batter with hand or spatula helps to aerate the batter and result in smooth and fluffy appam. After 15 minutes of grinding, the batter would have turned smooth. As an optional step, you can add quarter cup of cooked rice, which can be white rice or red rice. You can also use previous day rice, though this is optional, but adding helps to improve the fermentation. After a few minutes, the rice is ground well with the batter and the batter would have also turned smooth. Then transfer the batter into a bowl. Preferably use a steel container or a glass bowl and close with the plate to enable some air to flow around. Also, do not fill the full volume of the bowl as the batter needs some space to rise. Choose the bowl size according to the quantity of batter. It should have off space left free for rising during fermentation. Then add required salt and mix it with the batter well. After mixing, keep the bowl aside. Let it ferment for 8 to 12 hours or even 15 hours depending upon your kitchen temperature. After the given fermentation time, the batter would have doubled. Generally, fermentation time varies upon the seasonal and weather conditions of that particular place. It ranges from 8 to 12 hours duration. Give another couple of hours if you live in colder regions, but don't keep it any more outside as the batter would have turned sour without rising. Do not panic, you can still make appams. If you feel the batter is too sour, add more sugar and salt to balance the taste. Now add roughly 1.5 cups water to dilute the batter. The quantity of water may vary depending upon the quantity of rice you choose. Then add 1 tablespoon powdered sugar. Here I added this powdered sugar to dissolve quickly. Adding it also enhances the flavor of the appam. The consistency of the appam batter is different from the idli batter. It should be runny as shown here. As we are done with the soaking, grinding, fermenting part of the batter, now let's move on to the cooking part of the appam. To prepare appam, we use a special kind of dish known as appam pan, which will be deep and little bit curved. Alternatively, you can use any non-stick kadai as well. Once the appam pan is heated, drop a dollop of batter and immediately lift the pan and swirl it to spread the batter evenly to the edges as shown here. Close it with the lid and cook the appam for a minute. Open and check if the center part is still battery, close and cook for few seconds. If it's cooked well, then open and let it roast for less than a minute or just till it turns crispy and browny in the edges. You can see the appam start lifting off the pan. It's an indication to remove the appam. Now repeat the same process for the remaining batter as well. Actually, the regular appam recipe involves idli rice, raw rice, urid dal, fenugreek seeds. Here I replaced half of the idli and raw rice with this healthy rice and the result was amazing. Appams were so soft in the middle and crispy on the corners. Look at these curved beauties. Healthy ones are always curved and beautiful, aren't they? Here I served the spongy, crispy Mappillai Samba appam with spicy korigasi and chindamani chicken. You can also serve with palak chicken for non-veg options or Tirunelveli Sudhi or Tanjavur Kadapa for veg options. I have shared all the recipe links for the main courses I mentioned in the description box. Please check it. You can try the same recipe with a mixer grinder as well. Check my Ragi Idli link where I have shown the method and techniques for the same. For the next week in Sinfully Desilicious, you can expect another interesting indigenous rice recipe for a healthy lifestyle. When I discovered cooking, I discovered myself. So can you.